Jamaican. What's up, YouTube? What's up, everyone? So I little friend Macy, her name is new member. New member of the tribe here in Ingleside resident. You know, she's cool. So she's a troublemaker full of energy. She's a beautiful cat though, but she's a Maine Coon cat and she's gonna get huge, you know, so needless to say. Anyway, we're getting into this video. It's a special video actually, you know what I mean? So it's so special. Remember to hit the subscribe and like my channel whenever you see this video and support the thing, you know. My messy kitchen right here. Wanna play? Yeah, my messy kitchen right here and stuff. I was just demonstrating, you know, cutting down my meringue plant here, so don't mind me. You know what I mean? But that's not what this video about. It's a special cool video, and it's gonna be a video that I'm actually gonna have another sequence. I just have another video that I can tag, and you can watch that other video as well, you know. But this video in itself is a special one representing its own self. So even if I tag another video, you know, look at her. She's literally, I think, 6 months. So she's a young cat. Oh yeah, if I even tag another video, Macy's, her name is Trouble. You know, I had this meringue going. I have a cool video that I just capture. You know, that I cut it down. You know, it's bittersweet, but I'm hoping that you can see this is still green. I'm hoping that I get new spring from this plant or this part of it. You know, if not the root ball itself, you know, give me some new spring. Because I remember years ago, this plant or the one that was there, the mother of these two individual plant here, which is, I'm sure, connect to one root ball. It was one plant years ago and it died in the frost, and the root itself sent these two new growth up, you know. So I'm hoping this part give me some new shoot, you know, or the root itself spring me back new plant, you know. But I'm hoping not to lose it because it's been around for a while. Actually, in my video I said 8-9 years, but honestly it would be more like 10 years for sure in that regard, because I came here 2013 and it's a couple of the first plant, or you know, among the first plant that I planted, that I brought those seeds with me. So it's been around for a long time, you know. Just if I probably look back in previous video at time, you know, pictures, I lost a lot of those pictures, you know. But if I go back in history, I may find out when exactly I planted them. I don't remember, but it's been more than 8 years, as I expressed. It should be more than 8 years, you know. But yeah, I was cutting down this plant, so my corner here is a bit messy. As you can see, the whole plant itself was growing all the way up to the roof, you know. But this video, as I expressed though, is about this special plant. This plant, YouTube, literally came all the way from Jamaica, you know. So it's not no joke, you know. It's already getting big, you know. It's kind of crazy, you know, how this plant is though, you know, because as you can see right here is look a root coming off of the side of it. That's just random root coming. That's how strong this plant is and how easy you can propagate it, you know, in the sense that if I just These not fly here. I don't want them inside here, you know, because they're not the good insect that we want, or the good thing that we want. The good living, you know, that we want to see in the soil. Those are trouble, and I don't want them around. So I'm gonna have to fix a neem oil, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and some soap in a little mix, and I think that should fix them. You know, the neem oil should run, you know, stick on the center of it. Should help repel them. The soap, it should be the killer of something like that. I think the soap would probably just, you know, tie up the shell of a bug like that in the chalk. So a mixture of neem oil, some cayenne pepper, and liquid soap. It's a good and not just good, but a very good pest control for plant, for any of those aphid, those soft biting insect. Good for mole and that too. But it's good for almost all the pests that destroy your plant, you know, and come around. So I'm gonna fix that business. I like taking life and all that, and you know. But anyway, it's not something that we want around. Not every living creature, especially when it comes to gardening and soil, are good to be around. So anyway, this plant is very special, and I got it literally less than 2 months ago from Jamaica. And you know, I'm not gonna go into the whole story and all that, but it was a nice piece of specimen that was brought back to me. And I grew up using this plant most of my life. You know, I'm not just using it, but to say I won't lie on that, because we don't always use the medicine as in the sense of frequently, you know. I mean, sometimes we end up using medicine when we want it or when we get sick, you know. But it's been around all my life. Let's say that, you know, it's definitely been a permanent herbal medicine all my life, and a big part of what this is good for. Some of the main common thing, you know, you'd find on the island, this is good for leaf alive plant is called. It's good for cough and cold. More popular thing, you know, anybody would say, oh, leaf alive is good for cough and cold and congestion and all of that. But to tell YouTube that this plant is one of the most powerful and potent plant when it comes to your blood and all of that. So anything to do with the blood balance, blood regulation, blood sugar, high blood pressure, hypertension, all of that stuff, cleanse the blood, purification, all of that, energy, revitalize your system and your cell. You know, just as how this plant promoting root coming off the side of it is an example to give you how and let you know how powerful it is as a plant. And I'm very happy it made the way all the way to America here with me. And it's a special plant. I'm gonna propagate and have a lot of it so that I can utilize it as the day go by. You can use to make tea, which is good for cold and cough, good for your congestion, good for your stomach. So build your immune system up even before you get sick. But when I talk about blood purification, you know, clean your blood. Got my vein them, so you know, all them vein pump of blood need to be clean, you know, and pure and sterilize and clean from all the sugar and toxin that may be, you know, locked up and just, you know, cluster in our system, killing us off slowly, you know. This is the plant that help clean that bloodstream, revitalize your body and your cell, and leaf alive. It does have another name. I'm gonna research it. I actually know the name, but it's a hard name to call, so I'm not gonna try to do it right now. But yeah, I'm gonna tag my YouTube guru on this video actually. You know, and hopefully you guys can go over and check out his channel. He's from Jamaica actually too. I was following him on Instagram for a long time before I found him on YouTube, you know, or before I finally go over and start to, you know, follow his YouTube and to his daily feed or however. Those guys post a lot of video and they're all about herbs and medicine. And same thing, I'm not gonna try to recite his channel. I don't remember exactly the channel right now, and it's a special channel, so I will tag it in this video whenever I upload it. And you guys can go check him out. And it's already growing big. I remember I saw them, they were just a small amount of follower, and just in a short time They're now growing. I think he's over 100,000 followers. You know, but so. And on Instagram, they're huge too. I think they probably million followers on Instagram. So they're huge on Instagram. But they're all about medicine, and they explain benefit of this herbal medicine a lot more in a sense, and other herb that you can mix it with to get other benefit and result, you know. But by itself, leaf of life is something that's miracle, powerful, miraculously, and powerful energy. And this is another example of what I'm talking about here, YouTube. This is a leaf that I had in this cup, you know, going for a while. And you know, this leaf was standing, you know, like this in the cup, submerging a little bit of water. So that's how eventually this one start to grow these roots, which literally YouTube, I'm just gonna cover it and get this growing right here in this spot, even though this is for a seed starter and I'm gonna use it for seeds soon, but I'm gonna utilize it to start this and get this germinate and going. I wanna cut this video short. I don't want the battery to run out before it cut, but if it does, you know, like and share my channel, subscribe to my YouTube, Yalman Garden and Arts TV. But this is a literally a plant YouTube so powerful that you can get it to grow from the leaf. As you can see right here, you see root coming off the body of it. You know, these extra leaf will grow roots. You know, so it's a really special plant, you know, and I wanna untie this real quick before I finish show you. But when I start the experiment to try to see the leaf to germinate root, this one, as I expressed, was standing in the water. These I wrap in the plastic bag, as you can see. This one, you know, didn't do the best, but it stays green and alive. And honestly, YouTube have roots on it as this, but I realized just in days, these roots can die off. Because even right down here, had a bunch of these roots. I thought they were just gonna go in the soil and just anchor in the soil and just get this plant to blow up in this, you know, after it start to soak up all the energy from the soil. You know, but those roots die off. I know for sure it's the winter. So it's the moisture and the change of environment in the house. That if it was more humid and keep up that consistency, I would have stuff like this root hanging down and just going anchor into the soil eventually. But the moisture and the element, you know, it succumbs to that. But this one had roots on it on the side, but it died off. But this one, same concept. But check this out, YouTube. How crazy this is. This plant is basically dying off on one side, as you can see. How dark and dying this part is. You know, it's literally, see that? I need to clip my nails, don't judge me either. You know, sometimes I do get wireless. You should see my toes sometime, you know. But anyway, check that out, YouTube. That's literally little baby leaves propagating and springing from the leaf itself. And that's what the next thing this plant is good for and known for. That even like if you're in your garden, you know, like for example, Jamaica is growing a lot in the garden bed. You'd see leaves fall off or branches fall off and root or new growth literally start to come from the plant just like this. So as you can see, needless to say, this is already new plant in its real moment. This is literally two plant coming, as you can see, freshly from this leaf here. So even though baby they are, it's kind of hard to focus. If I try to bring it, then you lose focus of it. Even baby they are as a leaf, they actually a little plant in itself. As you can see, the whiter part would be the body of it in itself. That new node. So crazy YouTube, I cannot believe. So I'm gonna do is set that right there and get a little more soil. So I'm gonna basically do all three of them in here. not try to do too much soil. It's just a simple organic mix of the advertised for tomato and pepper and just vegetable, as you can see. It's really, honestly, almost remind me of wood chip and that heavy mulch. You know, you see, it's not just soil, mud, dirt, you know. So I use it more of a mixture to addition to loosen my soil and give more aeration to my soil mix. You know, it's a beautiful for that, as you can literally see these wood chips are still in it. But anyway, my battery is still running. I warned me about 20 minutes earlier. If it was my old phone, it would have been out already. So I'm happy that we haven't lose power as yet. So and put this one in the middle. YouTube, tell me if this is not crazy. How powerful this little plant is, that a dying rotten leaf almost basically have, you can see that root coming off this one right here already too. But all these little suckling little baby plant. Look, here we go, that's a good angle. It's literally little plant by themselves. So I know that in just in couple days, I know for sure this plant is gonna come up with new growth and new come up with strength and power and resilience, you know. And so I'm just gonna cover her a little bit here, not too much, you know, in the sense of where and honestly, YouTube, I didn't have to cover it because I'm gonna put this here, so I really didn't have to cover it with soil. Don't judge me again either. This is compost in my my sink. You know, we peel some veg earlier, so it's extra compost. But yeah, I don't want to cover it too much, as I didn't really have to. You know, as I know that it would have still spring and continue. As I said, I'm gonna put this covering over it, so it's gonna bring that humidity in it. I'm losing my extra soil here. That plant fell over a while ago. But yeah, YouTube, needless to say, I'm very happy, you know, having plants like this. Having plants like this, you can't go wrong, you know. And to know that I'm all the way in America and I have this plant made it all the way here to me, the leaf of life. You know, if you don't know this plant, look it up. If you can get a hold of it, even just dry leaves and herbal supplement that made from it. You know, in Jamaica, the Caribbean, you have herbal guru, herbal doctor all over. So people provide these a lot. Who knows? I myself, I'm always into gardening, promoting health and well-being from gardening. You know, moringa is one of those plants that I always vision. Seeing myself a farmer or a distributor of kalaloo, you guys might have seen video. It's one of them that I've always preached about to and vision, you know, just be in a position where I'm selling those plants or providing people with such a great medicinal benefit through herb and plant. You know, this is one of them now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so do your research, look up on it and see how much beneficial this plant is to you. And if you can get it, you trust me, you're doing yourself the best thing. So anybody who trouble with high blood pressure, hypertension, irregular blood flow, anything like that, or just anything to do with your body and dieting and herbal medicine, build up your immune system, cleanse your blood, you know, purify your system. This is the plant for you right here. Live for life. Give it a little bit of water, not too much. Now we're gonna cover it, as I said, with this thing here. And wash down all this extra dirt in my sink. Well, yeah, YouTube, go check this herbal spice or this herbal plant out yourself, and you know what I mean, do your own research on it. And if you can get a hold of it, trust me, you're doing yourself generation of family and longevity, health, you're doing the best thing you do for you and your family if you get hands on this plant. And this is where some of my merengue cuttings went, trying to save it. So if this doesn't spring, I'm hoping this plant, this part here, with the same pot I use, same mixture, so these are just gonna sit here. They kind of have that moisture going, and I'm gonna get that humidity going in this dome, and hopefully that keep them moist and humid enough where I'm gonna get spring and new shoot coming from this plant here. And I have all confident and no doubt that at least, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of them. This piece was more an experiment because it's almost dying off, the one over the very end over there. But at the bottom of it is still green, so I'm expecting result from it, but yeah. Actually, with a double cup method, I'm actually gonna switch out this water from it and give it new water. With plants like this, I'm gonna, it's good, it's already catch, I can see, as you can see as well. Those two new young leaves are new. Even though it's, it's a fragile plant, remind me of those succulent. You can see the damage on this tiny leaves already. This one right here. Still young shoot. These wasn't on it when I planted it in this container. So anyway, starting plants like this, it's best to water them from the root. So I have this double cup method going. Not too much water. It's best to put it down in the sense like this and let the plant use this energy and the root reach for that water and suck the water from the bottom instead of watering from the top. So that's my method right now to get this plant revitalized in a strong way and get going. And I'm learning that as well, that work for many vegetables as it go, cabbage and all those vegetables. You're better off. Some people have even a hose or a pipe thing going down into the soil. They bore down into it, feeding the root. And then a section come up where they put like a funnel and water from that. So the water all the time is going down in at the plant root instead of from the top in that sense. And there's a great science to that. You get better results, stronger plant, vigorous root, in the sense that the root at that time the water is deeper, so the root is reaching down to the water and trying to pull up that energy to come up in the plant instead of watering it. And some plant is the worst thing you can do is water from the leaf or wet the leaves itself, especially depends on what time of day, if it's sunny and all that, it might cause mildew and cause tomato rot and all that, in tomato plants, for example. So best place to water your plant is from the root, and you get better result, more success, less prone to root rot, leaf mildew, and all of that extra trouble that we experience in the garden. But you can see here, these are some plant cutting that I'm getting from root. I have our Scotch bonnet surviving years in these tiny cups, and that's a whole other process YouTube, and it's a special thing, and they wouldn't be alive if they wasn't in this cup. And I'm gonna make a video and explain to you guys why. These are special. The cat destroyed the mother plant of this and break these off, and I put these in here, and just in a couple days roots start to form. I never seen a plant, and it does have the same resemblance and the same build and body as this type of plant here. So hence why, as I'm sure if I put this in water, the body of it, even not just the leaf, the body would grow more vigorous and send root faster. But this is just crazy YouTube. And I'm gonna put this here for a second, so don't mind me. Don't fall, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that. I get that plant. You know, to see how, show you how crazy plants are and how powerful plant can be. So that's that plant that the cat keep messing with. It's a beautiful plant. They have these nice red rose like bloom, you can see. Doesn't really have trying to smell it, but doesn't really have a you know, a heavy floral smell. Doesn't have much sweetness to it, but it's beautiful though. You know, it's a beautiful special plant. But check this out, YouTube. Check how I could just rip this off and there's root growing on the side of a plant, not inside any root. Inside the house where it's not humid, and you know, I can imagine if I have this in a little green room where there's humidifier and that, you know, smoke going, where you see those special room people have planting, you know, there's expensive type setup. You know, it's nothing like that, YouTube. And look at this. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I really want to go into plant propagation on YouTube and sell plant to people. You know, people love plant, I love plant. You know, imagine this. In months I could have, you know, hundreds and unlimited amount of new plants and growth from something like this. So, you know, if you know this plant, I don't know the name as it stand right now. I can research by the time I share this video and share it in the comment. But if you know this plant, let me know what this plant is. And if you know this plant, if you like it, you know me, you can reach out to me and, you know, we can work something out. I can get you a plant, whether for free or you want to pay me something. But it's a special plant and it's beautiful. It bloom months around this time, and it's kind of a bit, you know, this is not from it. This is actually literally was a little pumpkin, one of those, you know, pumpkin, cucumber, something as such that was growing in here, YouTube. And same thing, the cat bit it off because she's trying to find green stuff anywhere. So she's a little bit too much. She's young right now and she's going into stuff that she should not, you know. So she's the one that break these off, and I'm propagating them and realizing how quick it's easy to start root, YouTube. When I put this in here, YouTube, I swear the second day within 24 hours, I already see little roots start to coming off of it. I never seen a plant like that. But as you can see, it's almost in the same look, same type family, same, you know, type of giant plant. Same thing as this Chinese bamboo plant, you know. So those plants are really easy to regrow, you know. But man, if I could just reach at a level where I could just, you know, produce in these things and go at a farmer's market at a pop-up and make my life that way, I would be a happy man. I wouldn't go back to the 9 to 5, and I would create my own revenue. And maybe that will happen, you know. Speak is existent through this video. And like I said, if anyone see this video, want a plant of this, leaf alive, especially the miracle, powerful medicinal plant, you know, reach out, you know, let me know. Whether if you have my number already, reach out in the comment section if you're on YouTube, you know, or, you know, you can reach out, I send you my email or whatever. But maybe I can start my business that way, as far as, you know, distributing plants, you know. Have one and two of you just said, hey, can I have that plant, you know, and I make you get it, send it to you. If you're in the area, drive it to you, however we work it out. But that would be my goal, YouTube, and my vision, to literally producing people with happiness and with life into their home like this. And, you know, but yeah, needless to say, even though the cat did this, it showed me how much this plant, I can have, you know, unlimited amount of it if I want, in the sense. And that goes to many other plant YouTube, you know. As I expressed, the more you know, the more you grow for free. And I'm looking for a couple weeks, meringue spring start to come from these, and I, you know, life continue with this Madame Meringue. And, you know what I mean, YouTube, don't mind me, some people would be like, what is he saying, meringue, you know, my accent and just the way that we pronounce stuff, we have shortening, we have different way of how things sound and stuff. But in the book and in true pronunciation, this plant would call moringa. It's, you know, Moringa, you know. So in Jamaica, you'd have people say merengue, say a whole different, patois sound, and sometimes I have to catch myself, like, if I should talk my true Jamaican self, a lot of people probably would like it, but then many people wouldn't understand what I'm saying, so it would be just that whole thing in the sense of where people are gonna be like, oh, what is he saying? So some people would like it for that to try to learn to see some of what I've saying, but I would lose some people. So then I don't know if some people would like it. So that's why, and this is YouTube, this is my true authentic sound as sense of, especially since I come to America and have to adjust to where people understand me more. Even though sometimes on regular time I get too excited, I may talk too fast and people are like, hey, what do you say? What? So sometimes I still experience that, but I still have my strong full going patois, you know what I mean? And not just, wagwan or no local B word, where everybody, there was swearing word, everybody know, full blowing patois, you know what I mean? If I should talk, a handful of you would understand what I'm saying. Even some people from the Caribbean probably would have a hard time if you're not a yard person, or somebody that traveled to Jamaica often. But anyway, needless to say, we're gonna try to cut this one. I'm not shy, we're gonna cut this one as it is here. You know what I mean? So YouTube, check out my view. That's why I could adjust to this environment, and this location, overlooking the beautiful lake. It's winter, it's literally Christmas Day right now as I'm videoing. And I think I should be beside a bunch of family right now, but family are distant away. Florida, Jamaica. You know what I mean? I'm here in Chicago. It would just be me and the folks that I came here with, my sponsors and my extended family, but which yes, I love, I mean, I do have a good love and support here, but when it comes to this time of year, if I don't travel or go somewhere, I don't get good time with family, and changes are happening in my life over the past less than even a week. Major changes happen. But there's always constant change YouTube, and one change that happened a week ago might just change the whole routine of how the fact that I don't get to spend holiday with family, and I haven't been back to Jamaica since 2013 in December month, in January month, so that changes might be for the better in the long run, depends on what I choose to do here shortly. Go back to doing 9 to 5 in that sense, or what, but if not, I can find back life, I can find back freedom and balance, I mean, it's just hard, as in bills are always lurking around and responsibility is there at our feet and at our hands at any given moment, any second. I mean, as you pay a bill, there's one more in the mail coming. I mean, as you pay one, there's one more outside in the box that you didn't go collect yet, so it's not never ending stop, and that's why no amount of money can't make us happy necessarily. You always say money can't make you happy, but it's true. But it does bring comfort, it bring relief, it bring it's bring a lot of things. You can use it to buy many things to make your life more comfortable. Even though you cannot buy life itself, because if you're gone, you cannot. No matter your millions you have, you cannot. Who you gonna pay to bring you back? If they said that your breath is cut off, you know what I mean? So, but money is a great thing, and it's a root of evil in so much way as well. So, I mean, but we need it, and if I have a lot of it, I wouldn't mind have a lot of it where I can give and share. That's my goal. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this one here. It's a blessings to everyone, and the lake is frozen at the moment, so it's still in time, and not much life farm out there, but you're still out here surviving, and you're still out here pushing. But subscribe to my channel. Stay blessed, everyone. See you in the next video. Leaf a life, miracle plant, one of the best medicine around the world in a plant. Go check it out, research it yourself, and start to grow it, or try to start to get it in your cupboard. Blessings, love to the people. See you on the next video. Subscribe.